Game of Thrones star Carice van Houten hopes to reprise her role as Melisandre from Game of Thrones in the upcoming prequel series House of the Dragon. The popularly known actress has triggered numerous reactions due to her decision, and I'm sure many Game of Thrones fans will be very much eager to see her. In this video, we will discuss Carice van Houten's desire to return as Melisandre, as well as other updates regarding the Game of Thrones prequel. Stay tuned so you won't miss a thing. First up, will we see Melisandre return to House of the Dragon? From the second season of the original HBO series Game of Thrones until its conclusion in 2019, the Dutch actress Carice van Houten played the role of the Red Priestess. However, given that her character was shown to be hundreds of years old but used magic to keep her young appearance, there is a possibility that she is alive during the events of the House of the Dragon. On August 24, 2022, a fan posted a picture of Melisandre to Instagram stories along with the following message: "Watched House of the Dragon just now, just letting you know that Melisandre is centuries old." The actress shared the post on her own Instagram stories and added the fingers crossed and winking face emojis. Although House of the Dragon, which is based on George R.R. Martin's fictitious chronicle Fire and Blood, does not feature the character Melisandre, and appearances not ruled out. Melisandre comes from Asshai, a remote region of eastern Essos that is far from Westeros in the book and the series. Melisandre, who is first seen serving as King Stannis Baratheon's advisor in the television series, participates in blood sacrifices and sorcery because she believes King Stannis is the prince that was promised who would overcome the impending darkness. In her final scene, Melisandre took off her red amulet and aged rapidly until she was reduced to dust. If she comes back for House of Dragon, we anticipate she will appear a little less dusty. So, why doesn't House of the Dragon have a title sequence? The upcoming Game of Thrones prequel centers on Daenerys Targaryen's ancestors during their dominance of Westeros and set 172 years before her birth. Although there are plenty of graphic and brutal scenes in House of the Dragon to rival the original series, viewers have quickly noticed a key distinction. Unlike Game of Thrones, House of Dragon lacks title sequences to introduce each episode. Many fans are perplexed as to why House of Dragon didn't have an introduction to set up the events, as the classic Game of Thrones theme did play throughout the end credits sequence. The title sequence was something that House of the Dragon co-creators Ryan Condal and Miguel Sapochnik wanted to save for the second episode of the series. They both spoke in an interview claiming that it was a creative decision and it seemed crucial that the title sequence not feel like an extravagance once the action started, so they were eager to continue to tell the tale. Djawadi had previously stated that the DNA of Game of Thrones would be preserved in the music for House of the Dragon. He said in an interview that they wanted to maintain the DNA for House of the Dragon from the first program alive. "We will hear themes from the original show, but since there are no new characters and the period is 200 years earlier, there is a ton of new material that they have composed." Next, where was House of the Dragon filmed? The majority of filming for House of the Dragon took place in England, with the show's base being Leedston Studios in Watford, London. Production on the series started with 2 weeks of filming in Cornwall, with locations used including St. Michael's Mount, which reportedly doubles as Driftmark, the ancestral home of House Velaryon. Holywell Beach was also used, as well as Keenan's Cove, where a Velaryon army camp was set up. Filming also took place in Castleton, Derbyshire, with specific locations reportedly including Cave Dale, Eldon Hill Quarry, and the Marketplace. Additional locations were also reportedly used in Aldershot, Hampshire, noted Hampshire Live. While filming for House of the Dragon didn't return in Belfast, it did in the Spanish city of Caceres, which also served as King's Landing in Season 7 of Game of Thrones. The historical city was employed for filming, as well as the medieval town of Trujillo. La Calahorra, a municipality in the south of Spain, was reportedly also used for a series of night shoots. Rumors of flares and explosions indicate that it may be the setting for a combat scene. According to the Oprah Daily, the hilly village of Monsanto in Portugal served as the location for the series filming. The production of the series made use of the breathtaking views of the area from the nearby castle of Penha Garcia. The community, which is reportedly hoping to see a surge in tourism comparable to that witnessed in Northern Ireland, is full of cave homes and enormous granites. And now, is House of the Dragon planned to last 3 or 4 seasons? According to reports, HBO's Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon will get 3 or 4 seasons if its premiere ratings are strong enough. Matt Smith, Paddy Considine, and Emma D'Arcy will all star in the HBO prequel. The co-showrunner, Miguel Sapochnik, stated that the Targaryens span both directions, forward and backward in the timeline. So the House of Dragon is a terrific place to start as a spine to other potential storylines and spin-offs. The second House of Dragon trailer teases the upcoming bloody Targaryen civil war. The series is set hundreds of years before the original series Game of Thrones. The Targaryen plotline is now planned to last 3 to 4 seasons according to a source, but there is room enough for a sequel focusing on some notorious dynasty with the opportunity to cover topics like Doom of Valyria. Top characters in the new series are Prince Daemon Targaryen, portrayed by Matt Smith, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, portrayed by Emma D'Arcy, Hand of the King Ser Otto Hightower, portrayed by Rhys Ifans, and his daughter, Lady Alysanne Hightower, portrayed by Olivia Cooke. In addition to King Viserys Targaryen, portrayed by Paddy Considine. The Targaryen Civil War, known as the Dance of Dragons, will be the center of the prequel as two rival claimants to the Iron Throne. Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin said, "For what it's worth, those who have read Fire and Blood will realize it contains enough material for a dozen shows." So, what is the Dance of the Dragons? In the House of the Dragon, a civil war breaks out between rival House Targaryen factions over who should succeed to the Iron Throne. Due to the clash of Targaryens and their dragon mounts, the civil war is known as the Dance of the Dragons. In a great council, King Viserys I Targaryen was chosen as a successor to his grandfather, King Jaehaerys, and was given precedence over his female cousin, Princess Rhaenys Targaryen. In the absence of Viserys having a male successor, the controversial possibility of Viserys' roguish brother, Prince Daemon Targaryen, being declared heir to the Iron Throne prompted the king to take a risky action. Viserys decided to declare his daughter, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, as their heir to the throne, conferring on her title of Princess of Dragonstone and ordering the lords of the realm to vow to uphold this declaration and honor Rhaenyra at the insistence of Ser Otto Hightower. But after his wife passes away during childbirth, King Viserys marries Lady Alysanne Hightower, the younger daughter of Ser Otto. In the novel Fire and Blood, the marriage succeeds, and Alysanne has several healthy children, including legitimate sons. Despite this, Viserys only ever recognizes his daughter, Princess Rhaenyra, as the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Naturally, two factions quickly start to form in the book, one known as the Blacks, who defend Princess Rhaenyra's interests, and the other known as the Greens, who defend the interest of Queen Alysanne Hightower's children. And finally, what is Dark Sister in House of the Dragon? Dark Sister is a sword, but a very special sword to put it simply. It was forged from Valyrian steel, and it has a crisp edge that doesn't require honing. Dark Sister is thought to have belonged to House Targaryen before Aegon's conquest, a campaign in which Aegon I Targaryen and his dragons overcame much of Westeros and took control of 6 of the 7 kingdoms, though its exact beginnings are unknown, bar Dorne, which successfully resisted. While Dark Sister was most usually used by his sister, Queen Visenya, Aegon preferred to utilize Black Fry, another prized ancestral blade of House Targaryen. Prince Maegor Targaryen, her 13-year-old son, later received the long sword. Nevertheless, Maegor was eventually handed Blackfyre to use in battle, and Dark Sister hung on the walls of his apartments on Dragonstone, the first Westerosi residence of House Targaryen. When Queen Alyssa Velaryon, the widow of Maegor's brother King Aenys I, fled Dragonstone with her son Jaehaerys and daughter Alysanne, she took Dark Sister with her. Jaehaerys later inherited the sword and succeeded Maegor as king, who had inherited for himself the Iron Throne following his brother's death. That's it, folks. You have made it to the end of the video. As regards to keeping up to date with our news, kindly drop a like and subscribe. Oh, and turn on the post notifications.